Hi there, my name's Luke Soderling and I'm going to conquer the wheel. A little bit about myself. I worked in our family plumbing business for about 20 years now. For a while I went to the Hibbing Law Enforcement Academy where I studied law enforcement, but it didn't take very long before I realized that plumbers don't get shot at, so I decided to stick with the family business. I have a wife of about 11 years. I have 4 young boys. I grew up in a family with 4 boys, so boys are something we're really used to. In my family, my cousin finally had a girl a few years ago, the first Soderling girl in 56 years. Some of the skills and things that I've been working on involve fire making, shelter. I've been doing some whitewater rafting, also mountain climbing. I raised sled dogs from puppies and actually raced them when I was younger. There's just nothing quite like racing sled dogs in the winter. Taking a team out when it's 20 below, full moon, and it's just completely silent and surreal. It's really one of the greatest experiences I remember from my childhood. I've also done some trips to Bolivia. I worked on an orphanage or a school there for children, did a lot of plumbing down there. I worked there for a couple months over 2 different trips. We went on some excursions into the rainforest and things while we were there, so it was quite the experience, to say the least. I've been dealing with firearms quite a bit recently. I've been teaching the permit to carry classes here in Minnesota. I'm an NRA certified instructor. I'm also certified by the state in Minnesota to teach these classes. So I've been doing things with competition, handgun competition. I've been doing some revolver competition. I've also been doing some long range shooting. So I've been taking guns and firing at 12-inch targets out to 1,000 yards. My goal is to hit a mile. Eventually, I'd hope to be able to get there, but it's quite the challenge, to say the least. Some of my strengths and weaknesses. I'm a very driven, motivated individual. I spend a lot of time working on things that I think are important, and I don't give up on them. I keep going and I keep going until I complete the project. Some of my weaknesses is some people think that I could be a little arrogant. I try not to come across that way. I'm just a very confident, kind of motivated person, and not everybody appreciates that. So I can understand where that comes from. You know, when I look at this show and I got the first casting call for this, I thought this is really something that would just be perfect for me. I'd really love to do this. And one of the main reasons is that I need to be able to do something like this. I'm 35 now. I'm not as young as I used to be. And recently, things are just not the same as they used to, and I want to prove that I can do something like this. A few years ago, I was diagnosed with thyroid cancer. I had stage 3 cancer. It had spread into my lymph nodes. I had a 2.5-inch tumor in my neck. You can still probably see the scar here where they actually removed that. I have a clean bill of health from the doctors. I'm as strong as I ever was. I'm as fit as I ever was. And I'm capable of doing anything I want to. But I've run into some limitations. And it's been, sometimes you feel a little tired not having a thyroid. Sometimes you feel like you just can't do as many things as you used to be able to feel like you could do. And I've been running into a lot of people that I talk to that are running into some of the same problems. They just don't have the enthusiasm they used to. They just don't have the vim, the vigor that they used to. A lot of people feel really tired. And I want to do this for those that are struggling with some of these same issues. I went through all this. I went through the tired stages, and I decided that I'm not going to spend the rest of my life on the couch. I'm going to get up and I'm going to go out and I'm going to do these things. And I want to encourage others to be able to do the same thing. There is nothing quite like having cancer. If you haven't had it, it's just really hard to understand. And you appreciate the experience only after you really have it. There's nothing quite like tucking your kids in at night and not quite knowing what the future is going to hold. It's incredibly emotional, and it It just tears at you because you don't know if you're going to be able to be there for your children. There are a lot of people that have cancer that is far more severe than mine. There are kids with leukemia. My uncle had non-Hodgkin's lymphoma. These are people that are struggling to hold on to life. These are people that are struggling just day to day to try to survive, to try to exist. And I want to be somebody that they can look up to. I want to be somebody that they can look and see and say, hey, he did it. I can do it too. They can look at me and they can say, he beat the wheel. I can beat cancer. I want to be an inspiration to these people. I want to encourage them, and I want to show them that there is life after cancer and that they don't have to give up, that they can keep fighting and they keep moving on, and they don't have to just sit on their couch and list away. So that is why I'd like to do this show. Some of my unique skills, something that makes me special, sets me apart. I spent my entire life working in the plumbing business. I've worked in construction. I've been around these homes that are being built, and these projects that are being built. And I can see how things are done. My father has a degree in civil engineering. So I learned a lot from him on how to have an engineering type mindset where I can create something, I can build something, I can see what I want, and then I can make that. And that's something I spent a lot of time doing. I build a lot of things. I've remodeled several apartments. I've built my own house and my own garage. Some of these things I think are a marketable skill that the show would really benefit from. I can go and I can take something from virtually nothing and create what I want. I mean, I've worked with some tools and, like a knife like this. What a challenge it would be to be able to go out into the wilderness with only a knife or with only minimal tools and make something and create something, be able to have a sustainable place to live. And sure, for the show's sake, it may only be a week, but a week is a great way to challenge your skill and to see what you're really made of. I think this show would be a great opportunity for me to be able to show people what you can do if you have a dedicated and a steadfast mindset. I've always been the type of person that, if you knock me down, I get back up. I don't lay around, I don't quit, I don't give up. And I want to show people that the world is what you make it. Nothing's handed to you, nothing's given to you on a silver platter. If you want something, you get out there and you take it and you do what it needs to be done to make the world the way you want it to be. So I would really appreciate being able to be on this show. This would be a dream come true for me to be able to test some of my skills and to be able to show that even though life has thrown me some curveballs, even though life did not go the way I planned it to, I can get out there and I can do something. And I can get out there and I can take Mother Nature and I can say, I'm gonna win. So if that fits what you guys would like in a person for this show, I'd be more than happy to do it. If there's any questions you guys have, I'd appreciate a call and be willing to talk with anybody about some of these issues. I'm going to include a couple of clips, some of the things that I've been doing, some whitewater rafting trips, some pictures of some things. Hopefully some of this will be interesting to you. Thanks again for this opportunity, and I hope to meet some of you guys soon.
Oh. 505.
I eat green things all the time. See? It's not that hard. That's pretty terrible.
Target. Holster.